prison in Siberia, you didn't try to go back to Poland because you felt like there was nothing there?
Actually, from Siberia, from Asia, I did go home to Poland because I was pregnant and expecting a baby.
You went right from the camp? Or did you go to Asia and then go to Poland?
Well, first to Asia, actually.
All right, so after you were
You
working on
can't
the
go
farm.
straight, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
You couldn't take a plane and just go.
So she's in Asia right now.
So you're in Asia, and how did you get to Poland? By train?
Not how.
Huh?
By train, by horse and buggy.
And you went alone?
No. Easy was with me.
More things happen in Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah, after
You need to-
you were on the farm, working on the farm, how long did you do that for?
I want
The
to
cotton
get-
and the
I want
picking
to
the
get
fruit?
to Make sure.
Oh, maybe
get sloppy,
a year or so.
A year? You were working on the farm for a year?
Exactly, yes, I have.
Not on one farm.
Multiple farms?
Maybe on 10 farms.
So then eventually you must have heard that the people weren't getting sick with typhus anymore, and you went back to
I didn't
Tashkent.
hear anything about that. Because you don't have a paper, and you don't communicate too much with people either. In the first place, you didn't speak Russian yet good, so it was hard to communicate. And the second thing is, to tell you the truth, we didn't want to know.
Did you think that you were going to be in Asia for the rest of your life?
It's a good question.
What did you think?
I couldn't live in Asia. It was too hot. This was never on my mind. But we did go back to Poland, and then we left again.
But at some point when you're in Asia, you met Dad, right?
In Asia?
At the bakery.
Yeah, we got married in Asia.
All right, so you met him in Asia. How
No,
long?
I knew him yet in Siberia, but I didn't know of him.
Right, you knew he was
I
in
knew
Siberia.
him, I knew of him.
Right. But how long was it when you got to Asia that you met him and you started dating, or whatever the term was?
Oh, not long, not long.
So you met him in the bakery.
That's after you had been working on
I didn't meet him.
Oh,
My brother met him.
your brother met him, but he came over with bread. He introduced himself and told you a story. Then, what happened? Where did you live when you were
Oh,
there?
he used to come, and more and more, and then we started to go out, and then he proposed, and then we got married.
But he was married before that?
Oh yeah, he left a wife and 2 kids in Poland.
Oh.
I mean, he came with a heavy baggage.
Did he have a picture of his family?
He did, but don't ask me what he did with it. I don't know what he did with it.
He still had it when he came here? Do you know their names?
No.
How old were they?
Oh God, I think they were probably around 5, 6.
Did they ever get out of Poland? Did he ever find out what happened to them?
I'm sure he did, because he went back and he looked and searched and looked. Nobody was there.
So that's why he started to date you.
No. We were married.
Yeah, but he knew that they weren't around anymore.
Oh, sure.
You met him after you were working on the farm, right? You were working on the farm for a year, farms, and then you went back to the city, and that's when your brother met him. Okay. And then you got married, and did you get a house?
Oh,
You and Grandpa?
where?
I don't know.
In Asia.
Where did you live when you got married?
Oh, God, where did we live?
They bought a fixer-upper.
Because you were newlyweds.
Huh?
You were newlyweds.
Yeah, right.
What was your wedding like?
Are you kidding?
Well, how did you get married? What was that like?
You go into a city hall and you sign your name. And then you date of birth and this and that, you know, the questions they ask you. And you're married. That's it.
They still do that. Russ just did 2 of them last week.
What's the
Yeah.
wedding date?
What was your 1946, right?
1946, I was already here.
When did you get married?
We got married, way before. The war finished in 45 and 44.
So, do you know what day it was? What's your wedding?
No, I
No?
really don't.
Do you know what month?
I honestly don't.
You always celebrated it November 23rd. You always celebrated it on November 23rd.
Oh, yeah, that's when we.
That's when you celebrated it here, November 23rd.
Oh, so
Do you have a
that's-
certificate that the mayor?
We actually married 3 times. We married in Russia. We married in Poland. And we married here.
So in
So
Poland,
you were good and married.
yeah. Was there ever a wedding, like a celebration?
No, Brian, it wasn't time for celebration. The celebration was a pot of soup.
Yeah.
No, nothing like,
Did you go to Hawaii for a honeymoon or
sure,
Florida?
part of it came here. No,
So after you got married, where did you live?
well, from Russia we came to New York,
New York.
to Allentown.
Before you went to Poland?
No.
No, so you're still in Russia when you got married, right? You're in Asia when you got married.
But when we came here after, we came to Allentown.
Yeah.
And we met Mrs. Roosevelt, I told you that. And she gave us each an envelope. We didn't open it. But after she greeted everybody, and, you know, later on we opened it up and there was a $20 bill. And this
Which
was
was
the
it?
only $20 that we had.
Wow.
I shouldn't stop.
And
And that was a lot of money then.
yeah, yeah. And to see her was like heaven open.
America.
And she was such an ugly woman. Really.
Who was it? What's her name?
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Eleanor.
Eleanor who?
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Really?
President
Met her at the boat.
Wow.
Gave her $20.
Amazing.
Well, Grandma, we're gonna stop interviewing you for today because it's a lot. That's a lot of memories and stuff. So we'll stop it right there and then we'll continue.
I'm sure I left out plenty.
Well, we'll go back to Asia when we start. Next time we'll go back to Asia because you missed a lot from
Yeah,
when you got married till whatever you did, however long you were there, we need to talk about that.
I wasn't in Asia that very long because I was in the big city for quite a while too. What happened was I lost my vision for 7 months.
Oh my God.
And
From what?
from undernourishment. Thank God to this young couple. We got to know each other. And we got to talking, and she says, "Where do you live?" I says, "I don't have a place to live, and I cannot see." And she says, "Come live with us." And I went. And they really nourished me back to health, which is the most wonderful people I ever met.
And do you know their names?
I honestly don't remember their name. You know how many names I met in my life?
And what city was that in, the small city?
This was in Samarkand, not Tashkent, Samarkand. And they did actually, I mean, they saved my life.
Before you got married? That's before?
Mm-hmm. So,
And they were Russian people?
No, they were Polish.
They were Polish people.
Grandma, when you're telling us this story, can you, if you close your eyes, can you picture what it looks like still? The camp and the trains and the boats and the places and all that?
Most of them. When my head is clear, I could see almost everything. But when I'm dizzy, like now, no.
Have you ever talked to anybody about this story between then and now?
No.
And you can remember all this detail?
It's not so surprising.
Well, it is to me because I can't remember the last vacation we were on. It is surprising. But I guess if it's that traumatic, it must stay.
I guess.
And I think a woman remembers more than a man. No?
I think I would remember that. Can't even imagine.
But a lot of people would block that out.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.